Green flag unfurls. We're underway.
A drag race into the first two corners between Talbot and Keith. Field really congested, now opens up into 3 and 4 with Crystal Murray filling a hole down bottom. She's in search of pure stock win number 1.
Off the corner they come. Zach Keith sets the pace down into turn number 2. Battle for second. Talbot trying to hold on the outside as they hit turn number 2. But it's Murray down low, edging out by a half a car length with Peter Bleau locked to her rear bumper.
Bleau locked to the bumper, takes a peek down to the inside, and is going to have some room to dance with. But up front, it is Zach Keith setting the pace by 2 car lengths. The battle now for the 4th position between Cadera and Talbot. They are side by side into turn 4.
Cadera takes a peek down to the inside, using that inside lane to work himself up to 4th. He's got Danny Massa and Mike Henriques glued to his bumper as they come off at turn 2. The 25, defending champion Bryson Robidoux works down low, trying to work his way up towards the top.
Up front, though, it is Keith setting the pace now. Bleau and Murray still in a battle for the second spot. Mike Henriques quickly working his way up through the field. Started 11th, is now 7th. He's side by side with the 37 of Talbot.
Peter Bleau down to the inside of Crystal Murray, takes over the number 2 spot. Murray back to 3rd, settles it in right behind as they hit turn number 1. Cordera, Massa round out the top 5. 6 is Henriques, 7th is Talbot. Robidoux is 8th. Betancourt and Souza round out the top 10 as they roll down into turn number 3.
Top 6 nose to tail across the start-finish line. For the moment, we are at lap number 5. Zach Keith has led 6 laps rather. Zach Keith has been out front. Battle now is for the 6th spot with Robidoux sliding up, taking the spot away from Mike Henriques into 4.
Robidoux squeezes in down on the inside, takes that spot away. Henriques goes on the attack, trying to close in the gap. Black flag out for Greg Perry. A lot of smoke coming out of that 0. Trouble down into turn number 1. The 38 of Bryson Robidoux goes around. The back end snaps out from underneath. Everybody able to make it by, and we are slowed up with 7 laps up on the board. First caution of the day for break with Peter Bleau up on the outside as we get ready to go off of turn number 4. KJ looks the field over. Up on the throttle, green flag rolls. We're back underway. Bleau trying to get a run up on the outside as they roll down into 1. Zach Keith down low. Murray sits right there trying to pounce on the inside. And look at Jared Cadera right up on the tail up top.
Cadera and Murray's side by side into the 4th corner with Bleau and Keith stuck like glue into the first 2 corners. That is the battle for the lead. Massa got a little crossed up, able to bring it back in as the leaders head towards turn 3.
Into 3 and 4 they go. Peter on the outside. Zach down low. They come off of 4. Keith's got the advantage. He'll hold on to the lead at lap number 9. Bleau settles in right behind. That opens up the outside lane. Can Cadera take advantage of that as he starts to wind it up? With Robidoux right on his tail. Murray with the advantage for 3rd down into 3.
Cadera now even with Murray into the 4th corner with Zach Keith still out front at lap 10. Bleau sits in 2nd, and the battle for 3rd still hot and heavy between Murray and Cadera down the backstretch.
Brent Robidoux, that black and blue number 25, working the outside. Edges out ahead of Danny Massa for that 5th position on the stripe. Peter Talbot in that 37 trying to work his way up on the outside. Robidoux tried to shut the door, and Massa kicked it back open as they roll down the backstretch.
Up front, though, it is Zach Keith, the rookie contender from Tiverton, Rhode Island, a graduate of the Bandolero program. Out front at lap 12 with the top 5 nose to tail into the back straightaway.
Off with the backstretch they go. Peter Talbot working that outside lane. Evens up with Danny Massa down into turn 3 in front of them. Brent Robidoux takes a peek down to the inside of Jared Cadera, trying to get back up on the podium. Settles in behind as Boucher goes around through turns 3 and 4. Brings out the yellow for the 2nd time with 12 laps up on the board.
One to go, signal given, caution lights, top 5. Massa will sit 6th, Talbot, Henriques behind them, Souza and Menard round out the top 10. Green flag is given. Field thunders down to the start-finish line, and a drag race for the top spot as the leaders hit turn number 2.
Off the corner they come, and Crystal Murray trying to make it 3 wide, takes a peek. Zach shuts the door, gets a little crossed up. That gives the advantage to Bleau up on the outside as they come off of 4, and Bleau takes over the lead at lap number 14.
Bleau will loop-de-loop into the top position. He and Keith swap spots with Cadera trying to get something on the outside. Murray, a little bit of contact, something not going right ride on that 08 machine. She falls several spots back. And Brent Robidoux now finds himself on the podium.
Robidoux up into the third spot. Cordera goes back on the charge. And how about Talbot in that 37? Slid back just a little bit, but he's been making gains since the drop of the green. They rolled through turns 3 and 4. And Robidoux takes a look to the inside of Keith down the front stretch.
Into turn number 2 they go. Peter Bleau has put 4 car lengths between him and Zach Keith, with Brent Robidoux knocking on the door of Zach Keith with Talbot and Cordera rounding out the top 5. Keith gets a little crossed up, able to gather it back in, but it opens the door for Robidoux.
Robidoux takes over the number 2 spot. Keith's backsliding a little bit as Talbot now goes to work on the inside. They roll down into 3 and 4. Talbot trying to shut the door. Keith trying to shut the door, slides way high off the corner as that car has gotten evil all of a sudden, and here comes Talbot up into third.
Talbot will take over the third spot, and Peter Bleau has had his passport stamped. He is out of here. 11 car lengths between him and Brent Robidoux as we hit lap 19, and the 47 hits turn number 2.
Off the corner they come, and the field's starting to string itself out. Keep your eyes back out just at the top 5 marker with Cordero, Souza, Murray, Massa, and Henriques all in tow off of turn number 4.
Off of turn number 2, the leaders come Bleau, Robidoux, and then 6 car lengths back. It is Matt Talbot with
2 cars together.
Yeah, a little bit of a tango.
The 77 and the 0 get together in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Everybody's able to make it by, but the 77 slow off that second corner, and we are slowed up for the third time. 21 laps up on the board. We'll go back to lap number 20 and re-rack them and get everybody back up to speed. Henriques and Greg Perry are your top 10 as we get ready to go off of turn number 4. 20 down, 5 to go. Both cars slide. Talbot way loose, trying to gather it back in. He makes contact with the 20. Everybody trying to squeeze on by, and we're right back under yellow. Danny Massa does the spin cycle through the center of the corner. Jared Cordero comes to his stop, and just like that, we are slowed up. And how important is trying to get that win we just saw as both the 47 of Peter Bleau and the 25 of Brent Robidoux hard on the gas, both spinning the tires and getting loose. Zach Keith getting loose. Matt Talbot got all sorts of crossed up, and surprisingly he was able to gather it back in, but not before making contact with Jared Cordera. And Zach Keith, row number 2, Ethan Souza, Crystal Murray, Mike Henriques, Greg Perry, your top 8. There's a green. This time they keep the tires underneath them. We're back underway. And as they head down into turn 1, they are wheel to wheel off of turn number 2. Robidoux trying to get the advantage on the outside.
A tango into 3 and 4 between Bleau and Robidoux. They keep it even across the start-finish line with 4 laps to go. Talbot trying to search for some breathing room. Doesn't quite have it. Bleau takes it away, and that allows Robidoux to explode out front.
Down into 3 and 4 they go. And the 0-8 of Murray trying to squeeze in for a top 5. Keith gets sideways. Souza to the outside. They roll down into turn number 1. Souza looks to be in control up top as they come off at 2.
Into 3 and off of 4. They will be greeted by the Twin Sticks. 2 circuits to go. Brent Robidoux took the lead when Bleau got a little too caught up on the inside and hasn't looked back since. Leaders thunder down into 3 and 4.
Crystal Murray up into the 4th spot. Henriques trying to get it into the top 5. White flag is out. Final circuit to go for Brent Robidoux, looking for his 2nd win of the season. Peter Bleau looking for his first podium as they come off at turn number 2. Down into 3 for the final time. Keep your eyes on that battle for 5th. Brent Robidoux rolls off the corner. He'll pick up the win. 2nd place to Peter Bleau. Matt Talbot 3rd. 4th is going to go to Crystal Murray. And Mike Henriques is going to round out the top 5. Brent, congratulations. Man, you had your work cut out for you to get through that traffic tonight.
Thank you, Kevin. Just knowing from when last week I was going to start towards the end of the top 10, know from 8th, I know we had some work to do. I just didn't think too much, not that way. Just didn't really have a plan and just went with it as it went.
Well, it seemed to go pretty good for you. A couple of close calls coming through the field, though.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get anybody. If anybody's mad, I didn't mean to. I was just on my way, and then this thing was an absolute ray on the outside.
Tell us about that last restart.
I mean, no one else to be second. I knew Peter was going to give a good race. He's always good to race with and fast. And just, I knew the outside tonight. I don't know if it would work tonight, but it usually works. So I just came with that mindset and just winged it.
Well, you winged it pretty good. I know you got some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I want to thank my mom, my dad, my crew chief Scott, my Uncle Billy, Charlie Coma, all my sponsors, Simple Sign Works, Toronto Apartments, Eastside Plastering, Turbine Enterprises, the Black Flag Podcast, Soggy, my brother, Keith, Rob, whose birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Rob, wherever you are. And the Kyle Cares Foundation.
Congratulations. Welcome back. Second, you had a good run going there. You just got beat by the youngster.
Oh, yeah. Now, my car got wicked loose after that last caution, and that was the end of that for me. So I tried. I hung on for the best I could.
Tell us about that restart. You came off of 4, and you got real sideways, you and Brent, both of you at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if there was someone on the track or if it was just the car, but it got wicked sideways, and thankfully I gathered it up and didn't hit the wall or anybody. So.
Well, it's got to feel real good. You finally get back on the podium. You've been up and down all year so far.
Oh, yeah, we've struggled all year. Every race, we broke a rotor last year. I've broke my shifter, broken everything on it already this year. So hopefully after the break, come back and win one.
Well, you got some people you want to thank.
Oh, yeah, Bluestone Construction, Unity Martial Arts, Silver City Glass, who the hell else is there? Greg, Stevie, my mom, everyone that helps, especially Greg. Greg goes through hell every week, and he's got to put up with me. So, but hopefully we'll win one after we come back.
Great run for second. Peter Bleau in the number 2. This thing was on ice skates a few times out there.
Yeah, it was very loose. It was pretty evil driving it, but we held it together and finished third.
That last restart, you got real sideways, almost got caught up in something, but after that, the car just seemed to get a little better.
Yeah, I just kind of slowed it down a little bit rather than overdriving it in. And, I mean, when I saw him get sideways, I went to go dive underneath, and I was just as sideways as he was, and everybody started bouncing off me.
Well, you got some people to thank. You've been having a pretty decent season so far.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, but my wife, Emily, JJ that helps me in the garage, Kenny, Mike Bartman, they all help me at the garage and at the track every week, and I don't think I could do it without them. And then also my sponsors, Mac Electric, Milo Excavation, M's Finish Line Design, what else? Garage Equipment Services, Napa, Toyota of Dartmouth, Check Collision, and MC Tools.
She's got to watch out. You learned how to read her lips when she's talking to you. That's not a good sign. Congratulations. Great.